Miguel Dorati, Talk and Shoot in the iBot Vaults here. We're going to do another one of our Talk and Shoot video blogs. We're going to do a little UFC video. UFC Fight Night 85, it's this weekend. They are down in Brisbane, Australia, Saturday, March 19th. Fights are going to air on Fox Sports 1. They got a couple of the fights on the Fight Pass, the preliminary ones. We're going to go through odds here for the main 5 fights. And the headliner in heavyweight, you got Frank Mir facing Mark Hunt. Hunt, a minus 165 favorite. Mir returning at plus 145. Over-under is 1.5 on the 5-rounder. And the over's at minus 105 and the under's at minus 115. This could be fast, could be long. That's what they're saying here, I guess. I think it's an interesting fight. You know, Mir, we've been writing him off for a long time. Mir's not so fast as he wants to fade off and go, off into retirement. Hunt, the same thing, because, when he lost his title shot and there was the expectation he's 40, and, he also took a couple of rough, hard losses, and rough, hard fights, too. The bottom line there is it's two fading guys, but we'll see. Could be an entertaining fight. Co-main event, in the welterweight division, 3 rounds, you got the return to Hector Lombard here. I'm up and down on this. Lombard obviously was a top-level guy. Now in his late 30s, coming off a steroid suspension, so I'm not 100% sure that we're getting a guy who could be in the title picture unless, he's back to funny business. I don't know. Coming in an underdog, which is unusual, plus 125 with Neil Magny. Magny, his opponent, paying back at minus 145. Magny's interesting. 5 fights in 2015. That's a lot of fights. And he went 4-1, so he's kind of picking up steam here. Taking out Lombard would be a feather in his cap. The over-under on that one set at 2.5 with the over at minus 175 and the under at plus 155. Going through the rest of the fights here really fast. In the lightweight division, you got Jake Matthews and Johnny Case in a real tight fight. Matthews minus 115, Case at minus 105. Practically a toss-up. 2.5 on the over-under with the minus 190. And the under at plus 165. Middleweight division sees Daniel Kelly, big underdog at plus 425 as he faces Antonio Carlos Jr. Jr. paying back at minus 550. Over-under is 1.5 with the over at plus 135 and the under at minus 155. In the last match, you go over here, James Tahuna dropping down. He's an underdog at the middleweight division, paying minus 255 as he faces Steve Bossy. Bossy plus 215. Over-under is 1.5 with the over at plus 165 and the under at minus 190. I'm Miguel Dorati. That's your UFC Fight Night 85 odds for March 19th. Coming to us from Brisbane, Australia. Miguel Dorati, been Talk and Shoot.